I'm happy with the green stuff. I don't mind.
Yeah. But when when there's a green stuff, the voice is heard.
Yeah, the voice is fine.
All right.
So I finished reading I Am That for the 11th time in 3 years.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
I read a chapter a day, and so that's about 3 times a year, and plus a little bit. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's a very powerful book. Very powerful. And enjoyable, I must say. Enjoyable. When you read it, like the more you read it, it's something I would say uh, there's so much love, so much peace there that seems to come up. Because I must say as well, I resonate with what is being spoken there. Yeah. And sometimes I think those words are almost exactly like what we usually. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. He sounds like you a bit, with a lot more religious training. I
Yeah.
mean, he's speaking through the perspective of generations and generations of Indian Hindu thought, which he brings to the table. But um, yeah, I mean, a lot of the things he says will be exactly what you say, which is very interesting. But you just use different words.
Yeah. Yeah. The same. It's the same. This.
Yeah,
Yeah. It has no past. It has no past. No future. No present. It's always this.
it's been a long day. I got up about 12 hours ago, and more than that, but it's just working hard. Lots of
Yeah.
meetings, presentations, and phone calls, and figuring things out. A lot of times, by the time I'm talking to you, my brain is in pain.
Sorry about this.
No, no, it hurts literally. If you work so hard, sometimes your brain hurts. So just very tired sometimes. That's okay, because then your words can just wash over me.
Yeah. You know that the background where that is watched from is just stable, neutral. You know, I would say you can always rest as that and watch the tiredness going on, uh, the brain uh, being tired, the body, because that is always watched from that place all the time, all the time. That space is already there from behind those eyes, extending outwardly, beyond even the walls, beyond the country, beyond the world, beyond even the universes. So it's always there. And it's not anybody seeing. There's just one seeing in everyone, or what seems to be everyone. It's not my seeing or your seeing, it's just everyone. It's constant, but the imaginations or thoughts might be different, but the seeing is the same. It's not a man or a woman, it's just there. It's not judgmental, doesn't mind what's happening. It sees no one but itself. There's nothing. Then all the labels come after. So, oh, I see a donkey, I see a tree, I see the blue sky. Oh, yesterday I did this and that. Those are just thoughts appearing from the scene. And here as well, it feels like there is no body. It feels like there is no body. There's just empty space. Everything is spacious. There as well, it's the same case. Everything is always spacious.
Yeah. I've been walking to the same spot to meditate every morning. And it's about a half hour walk into the forest, and then I sit for a half an hour and then a half hour walk back. 20 minutes, half an hour walk, something like that. And I look into the forest and the trees, and until eventually my mind stops, you know, and you feel sort of one with the trees somehow. And the smell is amazing, you know. It's like it's earth being created, right? The smell of the soil actually decomposing, it's just so rich, but then also like crisp and fresh, the cool air, hydrating, the best smell, until I sort of dissolve into it. This morning, it's getting up and ready to go, and I put my hands together like this, and they weren't my hands. These aren't my hands. What are these things doing here like this? They have a mind of their own, they just it was
Yeah,
really a distinct disconnection from the body,
yeah,
realization that that's in no way me, you know.
yeah. They are empty in a way.
Yeah.
It feels like empty hands. There's nobody in them. I mean, there's nobody in the body. The body itself is in thoughts in a way. It's a thought that says this is the body, there is a body. But everything is spacious. It's just spaciousness. Appearing also as a body. So when there is walking that seems to be happening, it's like space walking through space. So there's always that space, so much space that everything that seems to be happening is allowed to be as it is, and it doesn't matter. Any story appearing in this, It's just this appearing as a story, so it doesn't really matter. It may take any direction, but really it's going nowhere. If it takes the direction to the right, it may seem as if it's going somewhere, then maybe something's gonna be achieved. But it's going nowhere. It's just a story. It's just this appearing as a story. So everything is just the way it is. It's going nowhere. And it's beautiful. Everything seems to be alive in a way. People in the busy streets going to work, those who are working on the pavement to fix the road, you know, those who are um, having a meeting, group meeting on the side of the road, cars hooting, buses hooting, you know. It's everything is okay the way it is. You know, when there is no voice or in the head that seems to say, "Oh, shouldn't be happening." I wish I was in a very quiet place, not this place, or this place is bothering me. You know, it's like being there is the same as when you are in the very quiet place. You know, it just doesn't mind what's happening. It's like everything is there is a huge glass that is covering you, and then everything is behind the glass, and you are you're just there as nothing. You know, nothing can disturb you, nothing can touch you, nothing can bother you, because you are nothing. No things can bother you, because there are no things, and you are nothing. There's just nothingness everywhere. And this doesn't mind when the body collapses, because it's everywhere. It's not the body. The body is just the avatar, an avatar, you know, for a while. So this doesn't judge, because everything is itself. It doesn't see the other, it sees itself everywhere. Then what seems to be the movement is just this whole spaciousness, wholeness appearing as a movement. There is no separate movement. There is no one who's going that side or the other one going that side. No, everything is seen as just whole spaciousness appearing to move, but it's not really moving. It's just there. The movement itself is no movement. It's just stillness, just aliveness. It doesn't mind who says what, who disagrees, who agrees, who's angry. It's just what seems to be happening, and it's not personal. And there is no you to know this. There's no you to grasp anything. There's just this. This is all there is. Appearing as your son, as a daughter, appearing as a father, a mother, appearing as books, walls, floor, house, trees, soil, smell, listening,
Sneezing.
sneezing.
Bang, sneezing.
Yeah, yeah, it's everything. And when the attention is focused in the space, the whole wide space, and what seems to be happening within the space, in a way, becomes out of focus, then it is seen that everything is just this whole spaciousness appearing as things. There's not no real things. There's just the whole spaciousness appearing as things. So when the attention moves back to the things, then the space itself becomes out of focus. It seems as if it's not there. Mm. It is seen that it's there, but it's in a way, it's when something is out of focus.
I just,
And
I've had a lot of different times in my life. Early life, where I felt like things were watching me, you know,
yeah,
like the trees were watching me or the snow, maybe not watching me, just a thick presence, you know.
yeah,
And now I know that now I've got a context for that. I mean, it used to kind of, you know, startle me as a kid. It's like, wow, I feel like something's watching me. It's like I had a paper route as a kid. Do you know what a paper route is? It's like
no,
it used to be that the news would come in like magazines, almost like magazines, newspapers that people got every day.
yeah,
And,
oh,
they were delivered to their doorstep. So even as a little kid, I'd spend a lot of time walking around
yeah,
early in the morning before the sun got up or in the snow, and a lot of time to daydream, just think and yeah, feel the thick energy. Just feel it. And now I know kind of what that is. Now I know whatever to know would be, but now I appreciate that. That's what I see in the forest. It's what I see right here while you're talking. You know,
yeah,
it shines through the objects that are in front of you, whether that's a beautiful tree or a pizza truck.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, exactly,
which
exactly.
is so odd. It shines through the objects, but what it's shining through is just the dimension, the spaceless dimension beyond.
Yeah.
I think what messes people up is thinking that they got to go get it. That's why your message is so powerful. It's there already. There's nothing to get. You're there already. So, but it's just there already. You know.
Without any efforts,
So, yeah.
without any searching, without doing anything,
Without any
just a
accomplishment.
shift. Yes. Yes.
Nobody gets a pat on the back, not even in Kosi.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah. It's such a relief to nobody, for nobody, that the character is just never there. What you take yourself to be, which is the character, is just never there. So what the character seems to be going through is actually nothing, going through nothing. So everything, the story itself becomes light, very light, because the scene is just a story. It is not taken seriously. The character may seem to be very light, very playful in a way. Even at work, very playful, with that understanding that everything is just this. So the so much creativity that seems to arise as a result of that seeing. So many good ideas may seem to arise, to come up at work, to because there's so much space, everything is seen as just this, and then so yeah, it's like a lucid dream. I don't know how to put it. Yeah, it's like, when you find out, you make a discovery that it's just a dream, then you can play around with it, you can fly, you can do whatever. Even those dogs, they say maybe you were chased by angry dogs trying to eat you up. Then you realize that, oh, it's just a dream. Then you can just tear them apart if you want, fly over them, do like a monkey trick. Ta-la-la. Because it's just you know very well that it's just a dream. So you are in charge. So as well, this is a play. This is a play. This is a simulation. This is a movie. It's not real. There are no real people. There are no real things. There's just this. I almost forgot to drink my water.
Since my head is hurting, I'm trying to drink more tea. My head. I like to make things out of wood.
You like to do a woodwork?
Yes. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Wow. So you can carve things.
No, I mean it's more like build shelves and desks and stuff like that. It's not like I'm carving things, but I've got power tools, you know, saws and
Oh,
screws.
nice.
But you think that everything is going to line up and nothing ever goes the way you imagine it to be. So you always have to dive in and do other stuff. And, it's not like I'm carving anything, but there's plenty of, you know, adapting and to make things work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. I used to be interested in drawing
Uh-huh.
things.
What did
Yeah.
you draw?
I would draw anything like uh, houses, uh, tr trees, people. But back in the days when I was growing up, I used to be interested in drawing spaceships, different designs.
Superheroes?
Yeah, not exactly superheroes, but ships, just ships, different ships. Because I was drawn to that in a way. I was very interested. I would watch the skies, the stars, see stars moving around. But when I see that the star that changes direction, then I would know, oh, maybe it's a spaceship or something. Because shooting stars don't change direction.
Yeah, that's like kids everywhere.
Yeah.
I used to draw spaceships too. I mean, that Star Wars movie really sparked my imagination as a kid. I'd draw or try to draw crap like that. Um, I was never a very good drawer. I never had, if I tried to draw what I saw or what I imagined, I did a terrible job. But if I just draw nothing and then just stuff comes of it, then I do a pretty good job. I just, uh, I just let, I just, I guess I don't have any drawings in this one. I just, I don't know how to explain it even. You know what I mean, right? If I'm
Yeah.
doodling, if I'm doodling, I just, all of a sudden, like bizarre shapes will come out of my head and yeah, I guess I don't have any.
Mm.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like abstract
I know
art,
what
but
you
almost like things that could be things.
mean. Yeah, for me as well, it used to be easier to draw something that comes from my imagination rather than drawing something that I've seen somewhere. Yeah, I would come up with like beautiful designs and as well draw some exhaust. Yeah, there's a
What did
movie
you,
that I used to watch.
sorry, go ahead.
There is a movie I used to watch that's it was called Space Prison.
Space Prison?
Yeah. It was a series by the way.
Hmm.
Space Prison. I used to like that one. I used to like that one because it had vehicles like cars, but with cars that are able to to leave the planets and go to other planets and come back. Yeah.
So you went to college, right? Didn't you go to college?
Yeah, I did go to it's called DUT, Durban University of Technology, but I couldn't finish there. I couldn't
No.
finish because I was busy with I was so interested in serving in the church at the time. So everything, the interest to pursue things in the world just fell away because I was, it's really, I was driven by that passion and love for people, to talk to people, tell people about God. So everything just, I lost interest in everything. So I was there wearing my tie there, bringing people to the church, praying, doing counseling, driving out,
What was that one doing
what you call,
candling?
no, counseling.
Candling, what's that?
Um, like talking to a person who has problems,
All
like,
right.
yeah,
Counseling,
telling him on her.
like
Yeah, it's
counseling?
called counseling. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, no, my pronunciation is not.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do all those things. Doing evangelism as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to think of you as one of those guys. I bet you were very good at it.
Yeah, I was very good. You know, I used to feel, when I was talking to some people at the time, I would feel so much love just by talking to them, telling them about God. I would just feel that's, unconditional love arising at the time.
So everyone was sorry to lose you, I guess. The church.
Yeah, yes. They were so depressed in a, you know,
What happened to you?
yeah, they would say, "Oh, please come back home. Don't leave God. God loves you. Don't leave. Why did you leave? Please come back." Uh,
I wanted to be a priest when I was a kid. Have I told you that before?
no, it's the
Yeah,
first time I think.
yeah. I
Oh,
wanted to be a
nice.
priest. Was really religious as a kid, like before puberty. And then I discovered girls and forget it. I'm not going to become a priest once I discover girls. Forget it. And the funny thing is, I used to spend a lot of time with a priest that baptized me, and
Mm.
he said the same thing. He said, once you discover girls, forget it. He just had a sense, and was right.
Yeah,
Not for me.
yeah, but yeah, I think it was for that desire was for something greater than being a priest, I think. Yeah. At the time it came up as like being a priest, but I think it was for this,
Yeah,
to yeah,
same with you.
exactly. Exactly. Because I was never really satisfied uh, just by reading the book about God or listening to somebody telling me, they're in the pulpit about God, reading from the Bible. And no, I wanted to know more. Yeah, that's what drove Ngozi to leave the church. So he wanted to know more. He was never really satisfied, you know, reading about God who has jealousy. No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's to me it
Yes.
appeared that it's just a man. That was a man.
Yeah.
God can't have jealousy.
God can't have jealousy.
Mm.
I was talking to my dad about my stepbrother. My dad had never met my stepbrother, telling him about the way he died. And my dad was like, well, I wonder what happens, I guess nobody knows, but what happens now? My dad's Catholic, very Catholic. And I just said, I mean, this man was in so much pain. I just said,
Mm.
any God that would punish Chris for what he did is no God of mine. I just heard that coming out of my mouth, I mean, I didn't even think, it just came out of my mind. He's like, yeah, I guess maybe God recycles them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff that's very, in America, we have it really bad now, just the sort of judgmental kind of Christians. It's, it's too bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it is. It's a story in a way. It's just a story. It's just a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something greater appearing as that story. So it's also beautiful, because there is no those words that are written there. It's just a story that appears in this empty space. So it doesn't really matter. But the character, in a way, or the idea you have of what you are, may seem to be bothered by those words. But this really, it doesn't mind. It doesn't mind. Even when it sees somebody who's preaching to people, telling them that God will punish you for your sins. No, it's just a story. Mhm. But here, before, there used to be so much anger when there is hate that God will punish you
Yeah.
for your sins. Yeah.
I had I had that with Donald Trump. Donald Trump would make me so angry for years. Finally. And I used that to say,
Yeah.
that's you. You're
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
You know, God is there. That's pain. There's pain over there in the body of that thing. That's you, you know,
Mm.
doesn't need to be punished, you know,
Yeah.
until finally now it's like, of course, it's been a while, but I'm able to just let it go.
Because um, somebody said, the face, you don't see your face. Somebody sees your face. So the face, this face is just a representation of of this character, but you cannot see your face. The seeing
Unless,
itself behind the face is just the same, but faces are different. They have different faces. Structure is different, and the
unless you're on a Zoom
seeing.
call.
Sorry.
Unless you're on a Zoom call, then you're right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see, but when you are somewhere else, maybe
Yeah.
people see this. That there's that sense that they can't see me. You cannot be seen. They can only see it as the body, but they cannot see what you really are. So this, in a way, is shameless. There's no shame here because it knows, in a way, that it cannot be seen. It can never be seen. Because when something says, "Oh, they see me," it's because there's still that identification with the body. But when there's no identification with the body, there's just empty space. So they cannot see. Even them, they are seen as just empty space. All the bodies are empty. There's no one in them. So who is
Sometimes
to
it
see
feels
who?
like sometimes it feels like you can see through to the empty space.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah. Yeah, as you're saying, it's not just an empty space as it is. It's just empty and full at the same time. It's alive. It's not just blank space.
Yeah.
It's empty and full, and it seems to be alive in a way. So it makes everything to be alive. But things by themselves are already dead. But because of this boundless spaciousness, everything seems to be alive. Even a tree that has been struck by lightning, it is seen the same as the tree that is still has green leaves, beautiful uh, uh, leaves. And so, because this boundless spaciousness is alive, so because of it, it makes everything to be alive. The wood, the dust, uh, every insect that crawls around. You know, everything is beautiful because of this boundless aliveness that is everywhere present. Mm.
I'm gonna let you go, Kosi. I'm tired and the kids just came home from working out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
I'll send you the video next Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes. Oh.